Okay. This is like the 12th or 13th take of this video I've been trying to make. I started yesterday on it. Problem is I go off the rails with this one because it's going to be kind of about us. And so I tend to just blabber on. I'm going to try to get right to the point and stay at the point. The problem I'm seeing with people not being able to get out of debt first, get out of debt, have extra money, become wealthy. What's the thing that's standing in the way of that? What's one thing? They spend more than they make, or they spend as much as they make, or they spend slightly less than they make. I bring up Shaquille O'Neal once in a while because it's one of the lessons I learned real quick. He did a video once, or he was just being interviewed, and it was on a video. He was talking to a team owner, and the team owner said, "What's your goal?" And he said, "I want to become rich." And so the team owner held up $1 or whatever, and he folded it in half. He goes, "If you want to become rich, save that much. Save half of everything." He goes, "But if you want to become wealthy," he folded it again and said, "Spend only this much and save the rest. Save 3/4." And it's something that was stuck in my head because I was like, "Wow, that's tough. Since I'm living paycheck to paycheck, how the hell do I do that?" But once I got that in my brain, I started working my way towards it. And this has been a long time ago. And we started playing this game, and I didn't know what to call it back then. It wasn't until I heard the money guys call it forced scarcity that I started using that. Now, I have a hard time saying forced scarcity. It doesn't roll off the tongue very well for me. But it's forced, like you're forcing something. Scarcity being minimal. It's you're not living in a bound life. You're living a scarce life. Now that doesn't mean you can't have stuff. Obviously, I have stuff. Point being, you don't waste needlessly, and you only buy stuff if you can actually afford it. You don't go out and finance it. You don't go out and take out loans for this crap. First thing is get out of debt. The only way to get out of debt is spend less than you make because you have debts to pay off. I think if you sat down, each and every person out there sat down and wrote down their actual bills, not their freaking subscriptions, not their DoorDash, not their credit card, not their Amazon, not all the bullshit that they do. And I'm not talking about convenience stores. I'm not talking about eating out all the time. If you bought your food, made it at home, just like when you was growing up or your grandparents did when they were growing up, eat what you made at home, take it with you, whatever. Stop wasting money on energy drinks. Stop wasting money on coffee outside the house, unless you're going to just a convenience store and get you a regular coffee. Stop spending $10 on a freaking coffee. That's the dumbest thing ever. Absolute waste for something you can have at home. Even if you wanted it styled up just the way they do it, you can buy all that same crap. You're just pissing away money. Again, I'm getting off the weeds. Sorry. Live on less than you make. The thing that people do is they literally look at the end of the week and go, "Hey, we have extra money this week. What can we spend it on?" They get their joy from spending that money. Here's the thing. Once you start saving the money, once you look into your savings account and go, "Wow, there's $50,000 in my savings account." My wife and I at one point was getting ready to start this thing, had $75,000 in our savings account. That's not a flex, not a brag. And within 3 months, it was all gone because we had to start on this thing. Concrete, metal, lumber, disappeared. Point being, when we were watching that grow, that felt better than going out all the time, ordering food out all the time, blowing money all the time, having that money sitting there, knowing we were getting ready to start our barn dominium. That was our goal. People have as a goal this junk, this lifestyle creep, this lifestyle rich attitude they need. And this is coming from a guy that has stuff. I have a lifestyle, but this doesn't own me. There's no payments. There's no money. There's no collectors going to call about these. The only thing I get is I have to pay taxes on the dumb thing. If I don't pay taxes on it, yeah, they come get it, but I got to keep paying the taxes on it, property taxes. Nobody owns this. We own it, okay? When everything's in your name and there ain't no bank on it, you own it, okay? That's the way it goes. If you don't have bills, you have money. Sit down and write down what you actually spend in a month on your bills. Your food, your electricity, your phone, the things you need, your rent, your whatever. And then write down what each of your checks, if you get a normal check, say you get $800, bring home $800 every week. Add that up for the month, take all your bills, subtract that from the first amount. That's how much money you should have left over every month. I think people would be shocked. I think people would be shocked to find out how much money they should have at the end of every month. But then they go in the itemized part of their checkbook and go, wow, I blew all this money on stupid crap. I bought this t-shirt, I bought this pair of shoes, I bought this meal. I spent, oh my God, $300 on DoorDash this week or whatever. They wasted their money. Spending less than you make is really, 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 really simple. But if you're terrible with money, it's not very easy. You have to retrain your brain. Instead of the status symbol being that nice new truck you got, make your status symbol the nice big fat bank account you got, or nice big fat retirement account, or the dream thing you've been wanting to do, build your house, or save up for the bike you wanted, or whatever. Have a goal that's better than just pissing money away on a daily basis. Don't want to get off too far in the weeds here again, so I'm not going to go any further than that. Another thing is do it yourself. The things that you can do yourself. Cut your own grass. If you can, work on your own car. If you can do your own plumbing, do that. I try to do almost everything you see here I did myself. Almost everything. There's some things I couldn't do by myself. I couldn't do the concrete myself. But I got the ground ready. I did all the dirt work, did the plumbing. Had somebody else come in and put the floor in. Built that side of the barn dominium because it was two 8-foot walls stacked on each other. This side is 16-foot walls. There was no way I could stand 16-foot walls, so I had to hire this side out. Roof system. Could not put that up by myself. Had to hire that out. But most of what you see, my wife and I did by ourselves. We had some help from time to time. Most of it we did ourselves. If you can do it yourself, do it yourself. Now, maybe you're not inclined to do that. Maybe you're not talented enough to do that. I'm not that talented. I'm a dumb truck driver, but I can still do some things. My bike. The thing about Harley people is they always want to go back to the Harley dealership and have them do everything. I haven't had this at the Harley dealership yet. The only time I spent at the Harley dealership is when I've stopped there to buy a shirt or to just goof off at the Harley dealership. You know, do what people who ride bikes do. Go look at other bikes, right? I put my own bars on. I've done all my own modifications to it. Boat, same way. I had it at a boat mechanic one time because 2 years ago, we took it to my grandparents in Missouri, and while we were there, the damn impeller went out, and so it was overheating, and there was just no way I could do it while I was there, so I went up the street to a boat mechanic that was right there, and left it overnight with him and let him fix it. And so that cost me $300, which I thought was pretty cheap because I've changed the impellers before, and they're kind of a pain in the ass. So no skin in that one. But tires and stuff, I do all that on my own. I change the tires on it. I work on the engine, change the oil, winterize it, de-winterize it, all those things. Jeep over there, everything. I don't need to go through every single thing. My pickup breaks down, I work on it. My wife's truck breaks down, I work on it. We got to work on something, I try to work on it. The things I can't do, I'll go ahead and hire out. But do the things you can yourself. Another one is rewards and freebies. I'm a truck driver, so I got to get fuel every day, almost every day in my truck. Most of these fuel stations, if you go to the same one or the same brand each time, you can get a rewards card. I go to Love's because what's around here is Love's. And I get 4 cents a gallon credit on a card that I can spend anywhere in that store. And that adds up to about $20 a week. Now, because of the way my wife and I eat, we don't eat junk food, we don't buy pops and things. We drink water, drink coffee, but I get rewards on that card once I get to that status where I'm getting 3 cents a gallon and above. I get free refills. So I can go in there and I get a cup of water, I can refill my coffee, free refills. I can go get ice, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then I can use the money to buy things like the one here by us has a Hardee's in it, and I'll go in there and buy a stack of burgers, just a plain beef patties, because we do whatever it calls the carnivore diet. Anyway, it's just a meat diet. I can go in there and buy a bunch of those on a day where I didn't bring my lunch or something. Didn't cost me anything. I use the rewards. Okay? I can get hard-boiled eggs out of the store there. They have cartons or little packages of hard-boiled eggs. If I just want some hard-boiled eggs, I get that. Hats. This hat came from there. I think these glasses may have come from there. This shirt came from there. Matter of fact. I get a lot of things there. I get additives for my pickup at home, anti-gel stuff. Just whatever. Sometimes tools. I'll pick up a tool there, These are things, rewards, and freebies that a lot of people don't think about. Also, a big one, and this is really, really, really big. This is a huge mistake I see people falling into. They become house poor. People have this grand idea of having this giant place. Now, here's the thing. I'm sitting in a 40 by 80 by 16 foot tall building. And people say, well, I've had people say, that's a mansion. Not the part we're going to live in. The part we're going to live in is 1,600 square feet. 1,600 square feet. That's the part of it we're going to live in. The rest of this is shop and storage and garage. We have a lot of crap. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vehicles in here right now. And it's not full. We had it set up so we could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vehicles in here, including the boat, which takes up an entire space that's 30-some feet long. Okay. Our living area in here is very small. We're actually coming down. Instead of buying a bigger and bigger place, we actually we're not going, what do they call that? Tiny house living. That's not it at all. That's going to be plenty bigger for us up there. Especially since we got this out here. We can put a deep freeze down here, whatever. We don't have to have everything upstairs. Vehicles stay down here, whatever. My point is, think smaller. Instead of buying that 3,000 square foot, $500,000 to $750,000 house and paying for it for the next 50 years, why not buy a 1,500 square foot house and put up a $40,000 shop behind it to put all your stuff in? We just so happen to have the house inside the barn dominium, inside the shop. We put it inside. One, because again, I know how to save money. When you build something inside of another structure, you get extra insulation. We're going to be able to heat cool that thing very, very easily because we went inside of something else. So that was the point of doing that. Otherwise, we already got the cabin over there. I would have just went ahead and put sheetrock walls in it, made it nicer. It's 1,400 square foot. It would have been very, very, very close to the amount that we have up there. We could have redone the inside of that, made it something, and made this entire thing nothing but shop. But I didn't need a 40 by 80 shop, especially 16 feet tall. I didn't need that. That's more room than I actually needed. So what we did is combine them both. And then we can turn around and turn the pole barn cabin back into just a pole barn if we want to. It's all plywood inside. We can take it all apart. It's like a Lego set. Just take it all apart and do it however you want to do it. But thinking ahead, making a plan. Okay, we save on taxes also because only 1,600 square foot of this is going to be living space. So that's what we're paying taxes on as far as living space because the rest of it's just a barn. Okay, that's not cheating anything. That's legit. Okay. There's ways that you can save by not going with the giant. I have made it in life house like everybody wants. Everybody wants this big flashy house where all the neighbors go, oh my God, this person is really important. They've done really, really well. What's that cost you? $2,500 a month in payments for 50 years? How much are your taxes on that? Tens of thousands a year. Our taxes on this place are less than $1,000 a year. There's things you can do to reduce your spending. I'm glossing over a lot of stuff. Maybe I should have made a video on one thing here. I'm just kind of giving you an idea. My paycheck comes in, 25% goes to taxes, 25% goes to 401k. The final part of the check gets split into two bank accounts. One of them goes into our main account that we pay bills out of, one of them goes to a savings account. As Shaquille O'Neal said, live on a fourth of what you make. That's what we're doing. And when you start doing that, you don't reward yourself by buying more crap. The reward is in looking at your bank statement and going, wow, if something was to happen tomorrow, I don't know, a truck breaks down, refrigerator quits, it's an inconvenience. All I gotta do is write a check, get it fixed. There is no having to take out a loan, have to borrow money from somebody, having to squeeze into my retirement, none of that. Just write a check for it. Now, if it's a bad catastrophe, probably won't be enough to cover that. But at least we'll have some breathing room. Look, this probably sounds preachy or whatever, but if you want to get ahead, if you want to get out of debt, you want to gain wealth, you want to, I don't know, be rich. What's wrong with being rich? What's wrong with being wealthy? What's wrong with sitting around and knowing that all your bills are paid? Isn't that what retirement's supposed to be? Isn't that what we're aiming for when we retire, is to have enough wealth and be stable enough in a stable enough place where you feel safe? And when those bills come in, you just write the check for them. You don't have to think twice about it. You got more than enough money. There's more residual income coming in off of your retirement money, or say you've got rental properties or whatever it is, that money's coming in, it's just automatic, or your Social Security, whatever. Isn't that what we dream about in retirement? And still be able to have some stuff and go goof around and drag your grandkids behind the boat, or take them for a ride on the bike or on the four-wheeler or on the ATV or in the Jeep or whatever toys you have, whatever lifestyle you have. Don't let that lifestyle own you. That lifestyle is supposed to be yours. I heard I guess it was a phrase, a saying, whatever you want to say, one time that has stuck with me so strong. I can't remember who said it, but this has been years ago. It said the difference between people who are winning at life and people who are losing at life. The people that are losing, life happens to them. You hear it all the time. Open up Facebook. Oh, it's Monday. Oh, life's got me down. I can't adult today. Life is happening to them. People are winning at life. They happen to their life. They're intentional. They have a plan. They force themselves to do smaller things. They force themselves to do bigger things as far as making money and investing. We don't get on and go, oh, it's Monday. I get on and go, hey, it's Monday. Rise and shine. Let's go out and kill this thing. Let's kill something, drag it home, and eat it. Let's win.